Hello, my name is Jared Link, and I serve on staff here at Harrisonburg First Church of the Nazarene as our campus minister of our future East Rock campus. That's right, we are planning a campus to be launched February 2021 in Eastern Rockingham County. It's been a privilege and an honor to serve here and to be a part of that vision as we look to reach the people in the eastern end of our county with the hope of Jesus. So as we've looked today at today's message, on Sabbath and how Sabbath might counteract drifting in our spiritual lives. We might be wondering, what does that mean? What does that look like? What are some practical handles? Many of us might even remember things like blue light laws where certain businesses were closed on Sundays. And it's amazing to think how close we are to even that perspective. That was not that many years ago when businesses were not allowed to be open on Sunday. So obviously, a lot of times we think that Sabbath is about what I can and can't do. Can I mow the yard, or can I go to work? Can I clean the house? I think we can very easily get caught up and lost in those details and miss that Sabbath is God's rhythm for creation. Because as you read the narrative of Scripture, we encounter Sabbath on our first created day as human beings. We read that God had worked 6 days, and on the seventh day He rested. That's not because He was tired. I mean, He is God. He didn't need to rest. That is His rhythm. That is His design. And that was our first day here, is that we were created on day 6. We rested our first day. How important must rest be for God to institute that into His rhythm and into our lives? So Sabbath for me looks a lot like going fishing. If I'm honest, that is one of my favorite things to do, to get away, to disconnect, to pause, and just to stop. The world's cry is always for us to do more. Sabbath is a way to cease that cry, to cease, to break the chain of busyness. Because we live in a culture that wears busyness almost as some type of badge of honor. We like to portray all these things on our social media accounts, how we capture these picturesque moments out of our busyness and out of the chaotic days of our lives. We kind of wear that as a badge of honor, and Sabbath is a way to stop. So fishing for me is a way to stop. It's a way that I can be somewhere my phone won't ring, that I won't receive all those notifications, and it's just a way to enjoy life. When God says that when Jesus says that He came that we might have life to the full, I think it's okay that we enjoy life a little bit from time to time. So what's that look like for you? Is it reading a book? Is it going for a jog? Is it playing golf or basketball or some other sport? You have to find what that looks like for you in your life and your schedule. But if our first reaction is that we push back and say, no, I'm too busy to stop, we're too busy. We wouldn't say that about any of the other 9 commandments. We wouldn't say, I can't stop stealing, I can't stop coveting. No, we would look at that and do things in our lives to make that step. And friends, I'm convicted today that I need to take more steps to observe Sabbath in my life, because I even look at it and say I'm too busy to really observe it from sun up to sundown, like a full day. So maybe I'm too busy in this as well. So no matter where you're at on your Sabbath journey, start somewhere. If you have no time for rest, solitude, or silence, start with 15 minutes. Start with 10 minutes. Start with whatever you can work out and do it now. And as you do, you will find what works for you. Like I said, if your conversation with yourself starts with, what can't I do versus what can I do, we might be missing it. Maybe ask yourself, what will connect me with God? How can I cease the striving of my week, cease the striving from the world, and connect with my Creator and get in His rhythm? So no matter where you are in the Sabbath journey, start now and start journeying towards observing a Sabbath. Where I want to improve is including my family, because I'm really good at disconnecting or unplugging and going fishing, but that tends to be a lot by myself. And I need to bring my family into this Sabbath rhythm as well. So we need to find things. That's where I'm trying to improve and trying to pray through what it might look like. So I too have to start today with where we are, where I am, and see what Sabbath looks like for my family. So Be encouraged today. Sabbath is not a burden. It's an invitation to freedom, to stop, to push back against the cry of the world for more. So start where you're at, start now, and find out what Sabbath can do